Hey everyone, today we're going to check out the insulated Q-Core SLX sleeping pad from Big Agnes. This is an inflatable sleeping pad and is a popular choice for those who want a well-rounded inflatable sleeping pad, but they don't want to break the bank. Their larger size is also a popular choice for larger humans like myself. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben and I'm part of the team here at the Adventure Junkies, where we help people like you choose the right gear to get outdoors. If you want to learn more, make sure to check out our website at www.theadventurejunkies.com. Now let's move on to what you're really here for, our review of the insulated Q-Core SLX from Big Agnes. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this out of the box and see what we have. Okay. I like the handle on the bottom of the stuff sack. That makes it easy. Alright, now we have a repair kit. There's a rubber piece in case your valve malfunctions, and it looks like a couple of small patches in case you spring a leak. Alright, so we have our sleeping pad. And this is going to be the pump sack for the pad. What's interesting about these is they're actually made from upcycled material from old sleeping mats and scrap material from Big Agnes. So that's pretty cool. The material is a little heavy right off the bat for a pump sack. That's what I'm noticing. But the material for the sleeping mat itself feels really nice. It feels like soft and it's not too noisy. So that's great. Alright, so what's interesting with the Big Agnes sleeping mats is instead of using a single one or two-way valve for inflation, they actually have two separate valves. One is labeled in, so this is going to be the one we use to inflate the pad, and out is going to be the one you use to dump air and deflate the pad. Alright, so let's go ahead and inflate this guy. Easy to attach the pump sack to the valve, which I like. Stand here. All right. Call that fully inflated. So the Big Agnes insulated Q-Core SLX retails for right around $100 on the Big Agnes website. What's really interesting is while we were researching this pad, we came across it on the REI website for closer to $200, which is more in line with your premium air mattress. So if this happens to catch your eye, make sure you shop around. And again, by far the cheapest price was on the Big Agnes website. So the insulated Q-Core SLX is made in Taiwan, and it was designed in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. It weighs 18 ounces or 510 grams, and the center baffling is 3.5 inches thick or 9 centimeters thick, with the edges being a little thicker at 4.25 or 11 centimeters thick. And that just kind of helps keep you centered and stable in the sleeping pad. So the insulated Q-Core SLX has an R value of 3.2, and the R value is just a standard. It's a rating, how sleeping pad manufacturers rate how well the sleeping pad insulates you from the ground, how warm it is more or less. It's usually on a scale from 0 to 6 plus. With an R value of 3.2, we would say this is a solid middle ground 3-season sleeping mat, spring, fall, and summer. You usually want something warmer for winter, like an R value of 5 plus, unless you're a cold sleeper. But yeah, spring, summer, fall, this is right where this pad lives. So the insulated Q-Core SLX comes in all types of sizes. They're all going to be rectangular, like this one, and you can find it in a petite, a regular, a long wide, a regular wide, and a double wide. Now the regular size that we have here today is 72 inches or 183 centimeters long and 20 inches or 51 centimeters wide. So Big Agnes doesn't offer a lot of information about what materials are actually in use in this sleeping pad. We do know it's comprised of double ripstop nylon. It's soft to the touch and it's not too noisy, which is nice. Now, with any inflatable sleeping pad, it's important to take care when inflating and deflating. You don't really want to use them on the bare ground because no matter what quality of fabric is in use here, these do have the tendency to puncture. So it's better to just take care when inflating and deflating and save yourself the hassle. Now on the inside of this pad, we know that Big Agnes uses a Primaloft silver insulation and a heat reflective barrier. Now what that looks like is it is a material on the inside of the sleeping mat that's actually going to reflect your body heat back up towards you to keep you warm. If you're enjoying this video, please make sure to share it so more people like you can find it. Alright, so as we already mentioned, the exterior of this pad is made from double ripstop nylon. I do like that it's soft to the touch. You could definitely lay directly on this and not be upset about it. It's also not very noisy, which I think is a real plus. Now, the one thing about these pads, and the reason that I choose a wide size, is because with the larger baffles on the outside, it keeps your body right in the middle here. And I'm just too large of a human to lay comfortably in these baffles here. So it really is quite comfortable. The first few times I tried this, I was a little skeptical, but I really like it. The one gripe I do have about the material of the outer is that it's a little slippery. So when I lay on it, if I'm on a hill, kind of like I am a little bit here today, I actually feel like I'm sliding towards, you know, with the grade of the ground. And I believe that's the same issue with the sleeping mat sliding down when it's bare against the bottom of your tent. But it is comfortable, just a little slidey. With the 3.5 inch thick center baffles, I never have a problem bottoming out. I'm a side sleeper, but with this pad, no issue bottoming out with my hip or my shoulders. So let's go ahead and deflate this, and I want to show you how easy or not easy it is to dump air. So as we already mentioned, this is two separate valves here, one clearly labeled in, one clearly labeled out. We want to dump air like so. And I'm just gonna fold it up. So dumps are fairly easy. It might be easier for you to roll up in the long run if you just do a pre-roll to go ahead and get that excess air out. Fold it up. And then we're gonna take a pump sack. Put it right in the center here, and then I'm going to roll it up. Pump sack. I did notice that the pump sack held a little air there, which made it a little weird to roll up. And it seems to fit just fine back in the pump sack. I have a pet peeve about sleeping pads not fitting back in their supplied stuff sacks, so that's always nice. Not too bad. And now that it's all packed up, I'm going to compare it to a 32-ounce water bottle. Just a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. The pack's pretty small. Not too bad. All right, so just to kind of wrap things up here with the Big Agnes Insulated Q-Core SLX Sleeping Pad. It's an inflatable pad that retails for right around $100 depending on where you're shopping. Now it weighs in at 18 ounces or 510 grams, and inflated, the center baffling is 3.5 inches thick, and that's 9 centimeters thick, with the two outer baffles being 4.25 inches thick or 11 centimeters thick. The Q-Core SLX has an R value of 3.2, earning it a 3-season rating. It measures 72 inches or 183 centimeters long and 20 inches wide or 51 centimeters wide for the regular size. Now, what do I like about it? I think what I really like about it is the material being used, and I think it's a pretty comfortable sleeping pad. I like that it comes in a wide variety of sizes. As I had mentioned earlier in the review, I prefer a wider size. I'm a larger human, and I value a good night's sleep. But that being said, even the regular size, I didn't have any issues bottoming out with my hip or my shoulder. So yeah, I think it's just a comfortable sleeping pad. Now, what I don't like that the material is a little slippery, and I'm not a huge fan of the valve system. While it does work, it doesn't work as well as some of the other pads that I've tested. I also don't love the included stuff sack. I do love that it's upcycled, but in terms of functionality, it's heavy, the material is too thick, it doesn't fill with air all that well, and it's just not my favorite design. Not a deal breaker, but just something to consider. So who is this product for? I'd say this product is for the casual 3-season backpacker who wants a well-rounded inflatable sleeping mat but doesn't want to break the bank. Now, I know $100 is still expensive, but for a high-quality piece of gear like this, I think it's a pretty good price. It's not the lightest, it's not the warmest, but it's a good middle ground of all the sleeping pads that I've tested. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Big Agnes Insulated Q-Core SLX sleeping mat. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and share so more people like you can find it. Happy hiking. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't know what gear to bring hiking, or maybe you've just wasted money on the wrong gear in the past, then you definitely need to get a copy of this book. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Hiking Gear, and we've created it with the total beginner in mind. It'll help you learn what gear you need versus what gear is just nice to have versus what gear you don't need. It covers everything you need to know, including how to choose each item and specific product recommendations based on your budget, gender, hiking destination, and more. You can pick it up on Amazon, and it's available in paperback and for the Kindle. Check out the link in the description below. Happy hiking.